Hello, this is a video response to Kelly Bear's what 5 tarot decks you would either you could only use for the rest of your life or take with you for a year. So we're going with the take with you for a year. The first deck is a Rider-Waite deck. And I'm actually using this deck right now to do to work with the tarot. I'm using a book, the Tarot 101 book, and in it a lot of the references, well, actually I'm not going to say that, but I wanted to work with the symbols that many of the books refer to, which they typically refer to Rider-Waite decks. So I would take my Smith-Waite tarot deck. This is the Centennial edition. I had the commemorative one twice, and twice it got ruined. And I don't know if I'll try to purchase it again or not. I might, but we'll see. Anyways, so this deck is a smaller size deck if it's in the palm of my hand, which is what I really, really love about this deck. It still has the same backing as the commemorative deck. And actually you do get 2 of her other artworks. So, and then it comes with a little white book, though. The commemorative deck came with the pictorial key to the tarot, which was great, and I still have it. So, sit down. Okay, so anyways, it's the same color scheme as the commemorative deck, so it's just a smaller size. One more card. So yeah, so it's just a smaller size, which I really, really like. I actually love how this feels in my hand. Another tarot that I would take is, and some of these cards I've worked with, some I have not. And by work with, I mean, you know, I've done like daily drawers or maybe like a 3-card spread kind of thing in the past. But, so another card I would take, another deck I would take is the Crystal Visions Tarot. There's the back of them and some of the cards. So this is the World. What I like about this deck, and I'll show you the card I'm referring to. This deck is a lot more soothing, I would say. Even cards that, you know, typically, which, let's say a person who's not familiar with the cards, but some cards, you know, would kind of scare a person a little bit. Even those are just not as frightening, I feel, in this deck. One of the cards, which maybe I should have had this ready beforehand. Okay. Oh. The Death card. Now, you know, you see a dark, okay, you see like a dark figure or a dark angel over this body, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem as scary to me as the Death card in some other decks. So you know, just some of them just not as frightful, you know, to me. It's just a calmer deck, and calm is really not the word I'm looking for, but I can't really think of a better one right now. Here's the Tower. Same thing. I mean, you do see lightning crashing in and like the rush of the sea and everything, but I don't know. To me, it's just not as I don't know what other word I'm looking for. But the next deck I would take is the Ludi Lescott Tarot. And the reason why I would take this deck is the opposite reason for the other deck. This deck, I think, is great for delving deep into yourself, or if you're reading for others, I guess, you know, getting to the meat of things. It's very dark and, you know, here's the back of the cards. But it's very dark, and I haven't yet, but I will at some point use this deck to do shadow work. I think this might be a great deck for that. So, yeah, there's some nudity, or a little bit, but it's just, you know, I just love this deck. The cards, yeah, you know, yeah, the card stock, but I just love this deck. And I've seen people ink up the edges of this deck. They inked it up with black. Like, I think they used, like, well, I'm going to use, anyway, the Tim Holtz Distress ink, and I think it's called Black Soot, or just Soot. I can't remember. But it's a very dark deck. And I think I just love the look of it with those blackened, borders, not borders, but edges. So I'm going to do that, definitely. One second here. Got a card stuck in there. Now these other two decks are decks I have not worked with. Well, not really. This one I haven't had a chance to work with at all. This is the Osho Zen deck, and I would definitely take this. Although, I mean, it's a tarot, but it's pretty oracle-like to me. Oracle-ish to me. I haven't decided if I'm going to ink up this deck. Maybe not. Might just leave as is. But I have wanted to get this deck for the longest time. And this is the kind of deck that I feel like you really need to commit time to work with. And right now, I just don't have that. I don't have that. I can't make that time commitment to this deck. But just as I've gone through this deck to look at some of the cards, there was just something about them. But yeah, this is something that definitely is worth taking that extra time to get to know. So once I am able to do so, I'm I am very excited to work with this deck. So if I was alone, let's say on an island for a year, I would have plenty of time. So like I said, I would definitely take this deck with me. now the final deck I would take with me is one that I've used, but not much. I've done a few one-card draws with this deck. Actually, no. I don't think I have. No, I haven't. I haven't. This is another deck that I would like to commit time to, I guess. I don't really see this deck very much on YouTube anyways. Probably like when it came out, and there's probably like reviews about it, but I don't see people really using it. Of course, then again, I'm only subscribed to a few tarot channels, so but anyways, this is the Pagan tarot, and the reason why I like this deck is it's very modern. The pictures are very modern. So you have pictures of rituals, but you also have modern images. Like, to me, when I see this card, it is reminiscent of the Triple Goddess. You have a young little girl, a young woman who's probably a mother, and an older woman who's probably the grandmother of the crone. So that's the kind of thing I get from that. Again, you have in nature ones, but you see there's very modern things, so it's imagery that I feel is very relatable because of the time, it's in our time period, and so I feel like it's easy to relate to some of these images. Again, you see some ritual going on. There is some nudity in this deck as well, so if you are uncomfortable with that, like, here's the Judgment card, and you see it's a woman who's going through a past life regression, where apparently she at one point one of her lives was during the witchcraft trials, whether it's New England or in England, I don't know. This could probably be New England. I think the attire looks like New England. And she's witnessing the execution of alleged witches or accused witches. This card has like the elementals in there, which is, I really, really like that. So, but it is very, like, here, this card. Now again, I don't know tarot by heart or anything. So, but to me, and this could be totally way off base, but to me, looking at this card, I see a person of some kind of means. This woman is in the store grocery shopping, and her attire suggests not that she's affluent or anything, but that she does have some money. She's pretty stylishly dressed. In her cart, she has a lot of food, and so this is not a person hurting for money or hurting to get by. So that's the kind of thing I think about in that card. So, and here looks to me as if this is Seven of Pentacles. It looks like she's healing a plant or giving some vitality to the plant. But yeah, and I like that along with the images of ceremony and ritual in the deck. So you kind of don't lose connectedness. I feel like this deck is, with a pagan path or a ritualistic tradition. So I really want to really get to know that one. And I mean, it comes with a pretty, like a pretty substantial book. I like the fact that the cards are in color in the book as well. You know, so it's something that I really want to be able to spend the time to really, really work with and get to know. So that's basically it. That is my 5 tarot decks I would take away with me for a year, or, you know, whatever. So thank you for watching, and blessed be.